I'm joined now by Craig Cunningham from Panasonic to talk about their plans for this year. And Craig, I think it's fair to say that 2014 was a bit of a transitionary year for Panasonic. You know, plasma had gone, you were moving into a full LCD lineup. What are your ambitions for 2015?
Yeah, as you said, there was a lot of learnings for 2014, the first year that we went to a full LED lineup, and there was some great products in there, some winners, some losers, and definitely some things we'll take into 2015. I think for next year, the plan for us is to really continue to focus on picture quality. I think more importantly, the consistency of picture quality. So I think, as I said, we had some great products in our range last year, AX800 in particular, but we also had some misses as well. And I think next year we've really put some emphasis on bringing that consistency of picture quality all the way down the range. For the first time next year, we're going to have a full VA lineup, which I think for the UK is fantastic news. I think the black level performance that we can get out of a VA panel seems to be very well appreciated, particularly by your readers. So I'm sure that's going to come as very welcome news. We're going to be enhancing the smart platform for 2015 as well. You will see some demonstrations on Firefox and what that means to our new smart system. So I think that the look and feel of that is very cool. And then we're showing the 65-inch OLED as well, which I can say we're really looking to bring that to the market in 2015. So if we can bring OLED to the market, if we can bring a full VA lineup, we can have a mixture of curved, a mixture of flat. I think we're going to be ticking so many boxes next year. It's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it starting.
So does that mean that the TVs currently on show here are more US-centric, and we'll be looking at a very different lineup when we get to the UK later in this year?
Yeah, completely different as normal. We're just showing a few picture quality demonstrations here, but in February in our convention, you'll see the full lineup, and the differences in design are significant. So in terms of the lineup, I wouldn't take too much from this show, but some of the quality demonstrations are still relevant.
So what sort of differences are there going to be in terms of the smart platform compared to what was previously available in 2014?
So 2014, in terms of smart platform, was fantastic. We brought FreeTime to the market for the first time. So we had the full catch-up services, which isn't easy to come by in smart TV. So we had that. That was fantastic. Next year we take that on a step further by introducing the new operating system. I think that was really important for us to revamp that. So the look and feel of Firefox integrated into our system is fantastic, and I think users will really see the benefit. I think the smart platform in the UK is just going to change completely in 2015. Freeview have already announced that they're going to be bringing a new smart platform to the market, so that's going to be, I think, a game changer. So it's really important as manufacturers that we look to that and try and keep up with that and bring that to the consumer. So that's a kind of work in progress. All good things.
You mentioned already OLED and using a VA panel rather than an IPS panel. What about things like high dynamic range or quantum dot? Any plans in that area?
So high dynamic range, we're actually showing some demonstrations here. So I think that's going to be a technology which is going to be reserved for the top end part of the range. We're showing it on the native 4K Blu-ray player, which was another huge announcement for us in our keynote. So I'm really looking forward to launching that at the back end of the year. So that's going to be something else to talk about, and that will have HDR capabilities. So that linking up to the top end part of the range with HDR pass-through on the TV, I think should be fantastic.
In terms of rolling out the products, I think it's fair to say that last year some of them came to market quite late in the year, or later than some of the competition. Are your plans to roll out things a bit quicker in 2015?
Yeah, definitely, and that was a massive learning for us as well. I mean, sometimes there's things that's beyond your control. Ideally, we would have liked to have launched a lot earlier. So AX900 in particular launching in the third quarter of the year, which for our financial year is kind of October, November. That doesn't help. So I think for next year we're looking to get things out much earlier. So you'll start to see some of our new products arriving with you guys in March. So hopefully then you can start to get the reviews out there March, April time. Some of the flagship products will start to come very quickly after that as well. So yeah, the plan is by the early part of the summer that everything will be out. So learnings from that as well.
What about screen sizes? What sort of screen sizes are you looking at doing in 2015?
The screen sizes in the UK, the way it's shifting now, it's all going to large screen, and that's really obvious. I mean, we have a market now of 6 million units, and the majority of that now is starting to be 42-inch and above. For the first time ever, I think last year in 2014, 42-inch overtook 32-inch. So that shows you kind of where people are buying now in terms of screen size. So larger screen size, big focus for us. You'll see a lot more 55-inch, a lot more 65-inch. So yeah, those markets are growing, and we want to be a player in there as well. So it's definitely the way the range is shaping up.
And obviously Ultra HD 4K is a big thing this year again. I mean, how important is that to Panasonic?
Oh, it's absolutely huge, and it's going to be such a big part of the market next year as well. So, as I said, a 6 million unit market. I reckon it's going to be at least 1 million units of that is going to be 4K ultra high definition. And when you consider that 2 million units of that market is 32-inch and below, the 4 million that's left, 25% of that is going to be 4K. So it's absolutely enormous. And again, when you see our full range in February, you'll see it's coming right down the range to price points that's going to make it accessible to everyone.
Well, I think the news about the VA panels is definitely going to excite our membership. I think last year with IPS, maybe the black levels weren't what we would have hoped for. The news about HDR, the news about 4K Blu-ray, it's going to be an exciting year, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember looking forward to a year as much as I am for 2015. A lot of learnings for last year. I mean, don't get me wrong, last year was a good year for Panasonic. Any year where you sell more TVs than you did in the previous year has got to be seen as good. And I knew we had these things around the corner, like the native 4K Blu-ray player and the OLED, so I was just always looking forward to getting 2015 started. So, yeah, I think for you guys and your readers in particular, Panasonic's doing everything that they've wanted them to do. So, yeah, I can't wait.
Well, Craig, thank you very much.
No problem, thank you.